Today's episode of Never Neverland is brought to you, presented by Land O'Lakes Foodservice. Over 1,000 farmers contribute cooperatively to get these Land O'Lake products to you in your kitchens. Not every kitchen's made the same, but you can expect consistency from these extra melt products, shreds, loaves, sauces. They taste good, they're adaptable. And again, as I said, there's 1,000 farmers who put this together for you. So when you're making your next order, look at the Land O'Lakes line. They got butter, but look at this cheese, man. Thank you, Chef.
Hey y'all, it's Niver, and this is Niver Niverland. I'm at Diane's place today. I interviewed the general manager, Heather Mady, and of course, chef owner, Diane Moua. This place is on a tear. It's a super busy joint. They keep adding more and more to their plate. They're getting a ton of praise locally and nationally. The quality is amazing. Their food is so good, scrumptious with heart and filled with culture. Anyway, I get to talk to these two wonderful humans about Diane's place, Northeast Minneapolis, and it's all right here on Never Neverland.
All right, let's do this.
Well, we have been.
Oh, we haven't? Oh, we started already? What?
We're recording. Diane, this is Never Neverland. I'll make it official for you so that we know what this. Here's an official starting point.
Start.
This is Never Neverland. You're on, and I'm at Diane's place, and I'm with Heather Mady and Diane Moua. My God, I'm here with y'all. This is it's a very cool moment for me. Marcus Samuelson said to me, I got to interview him, luckily, thankfully, and he ate here, I think he ate here one morning and it was in line.
He walked in with Gavin. He walked in and a tour.
That's it.
Really
unannounced. Were they?
Yeah, unannounced. And Dee and I are sitting in the office, and someone goes, "Hey, Marcus Samuelson's here."
To me.
And then she's like, "Go!" And then I run downstairs. I'm like, "Hey!" And then I just packed him up some pastries, and they were gone. And I was just like, "Okay."
So he said to me, he goes, I've been to. Maybe he goes, there's probably. How did he say it? He goes, I don't know of 10 places in America that have that type of energy at opening.
Controlled chaos.
Okay. So again, Never Neverland. We're at Diane's with Diane and Heather. I want to turn the clock back just a little bit. How long you been open? Just over a year?
Year and a half.
Well, the restaurant's been open a year and whatever in April. But then Heather and I have been running the event space probably 2 years now. Has it been 2 years?
Diane and I were in this event area,
Event space.
doing events.
We were doing this to make money, to get the money to open the restaurant.
Yeah. So
Imagine opening a restaurant, no money. We did that.
I think I was like, I don't know.
So hard, and everybody's path into it is crazy, right?
Yeah. So we've been in the space for 2 years now. Mm-hmm. And then, we're just working while the construction was happening.
August 2023, we were in the space booking events.
I remember talking to Mady one day, just catching up. She wasn't revealing any, real information, but she was talking about what do we do with opening hours? How do we make the decisions we need to make to best benefit you? Is it breakfast only? Are we going to do dinner right away? What our hours are going to be? A lot of questions. You guys are part of a new wave, right? It's post-COVID. You kind of get to take a peek at what the fuck's out there happening. A space becomes available, and now you have to run it a million different ways. It's huge. You have an operation. You have a restaurant. You have a patio. You have an event space. It's huge. That's what I got.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That was the biggest thing.
Did you think it was going to be this busy? Did you, if you had you remember, pro formas, I just think are such a joke sometimes because they're predictive, of course. And you have to see what you think you're going to produce. I bet you blew your pro forma out of the water.
Well, we did our pro forma without the event space, but I was going through it for the first time. I was telling Heather, these numbers are a joke.
Am I just making up
You're
numbers?
pretending numbers, and the bank's looking at it, and sometimes they tell you yes or no, but you're literally lying. what you think it's going to be.
It's not lying.
It's a projection.
It is a projection. But you are wondering.
But you.
What are they ultimately investing in when you walk in the office, though, Diane? They see you. They know you. You know, they have to substantiate some stuff, obviously, but ultimately they're looking at you. And if you have $1, they can give you $1. It's not like you can go to the bank with $0 most of the time.
You're just selling yourself.
Yeah.
You
Your
sure are.
concept, your
Yes,
idea.
exactly
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think it's amazing that we made it through. I mean, like what Heather and I did in less than a year to save up to get that loan. It was like, okay, Heather, how much can I pay you before you could just pay your mortgage, right? And my kids worked for free. We pulled through and somehow. And then when we didn't have enough money for the bank, I started pulling like my 401k that I had. It was like, but we made it work. We made it work, and it's really great to see the restaurant alive. I mean, Heather has the hardest job because I'm always like, why are we not filling up the space? Why, reservations 2 months out? So I'm always like, and Heather's like, okay, we'll make it happen. All right. And so.
We're always full. If she sees a table open for 5 minutes, she starts to panic.
Oh, why is that table empty? Why is the event space empty and we have people that want to come in?
We could be seating the event space.
You're putting it out there, though. You're putting that energy out there. It's one of the hardest things as an operator is you can't wait for business. I think a lot of us do. You can't wait for business. You have to go get business. And that's the kind of spirit and energy that unfortunately sometimes you have to deal with, because I know it's a lot, right? But also you're channeling that energy and turning it into what this is. So, you got somebody that lights the fire, and you got somebody who, like Heather, a person who's the type of person I always need to keep the fire going.
Yeah. And it's a balance, because it's like, I understand where Diane's coming from, but I also have to make sure that the service is the best, right? Like, I'm afraid if I'm not here, Diane's gonna start seating people in the kitchen or like in the office upstairs or her car or something.
I have a hard time saying no to people.
Yes, but you're right. I love that. I when you said that, I got kind of pissed at myself, because sometimes I do put limits on what I think can happen. Like, we don't turn people away or anything, but I am super fucking cautious about it, and I want to make sure when they get there that I can handle it and do it.
The mentality of Heather and I is different, because Heather's like, I want to make sure my service don't go down. And I'm like, my kitchen's this small and I have 2 cooks doing this. If my cooks can do it, why can't your servers do it? So it's like this whole balance, But I do get it, we're not just throwing food out. We're the whole hospitality, the service, it all has to meet, it all has to be all together, so.
Well, not everybody, Diane, again, that's the fire, not everybody has it. Where, you can see it in Gavin, and you're kind of always pushing, and even if you're not expanding so much, is like, you always have to kind of invent evolution. Like, you have to kind of like put things out there so they happen. You have to keep pushing. There's always a detail, What can we not change right now? Because we need a little stability. We need to like figure things out. We need to get events right, But the way you opened, I think ultimately, ended up being like the perfect way to do it, right?
Yeah,
you couldn't plan it like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Heather and I we talked it through, and we want to make sure we didn't burn out. I mean, for a whole year, Heather probably got 1 day off towards the end of the 1 year. But we want to make sure before we even open anything else, like dinner, we want to make sure that we weren't burning ourselves out to the max, because nothing's going to work out when you're burnt out,
Heather will verify that I often ask if she had, when we worked together, I often asked her if she had a vacation planned.
She does January.
My parents are taking me on a cruise.
Oh, wow, that would be so fun.
The whole family is going on a cruise. It's gonna be great. Yeah, we've had a plan for like 2 years, and I was kind of freaking out that I wasn't gonna have everything ready in time. So here's hoping.
Did you see that?
The poop cruise. Did you see it?
No, not the poop cruise, but there's a lot of petri dish stories about cruises.
No, you
for
can't
sure.
tell me. It's like my
Don't
biggest
tell.
fear.
Oh yeah.
Don't watch Netflix.
I won't.
Yeah, it's funny. You're in the open ocean, and I'm just questioning if you should eat the sushi, right?
I went on a cruise once. I thought it was great.
Really?
But I would go again with friends.
Did you go with family?
I went with my ex and my kids were small then.
I don't think I ever would.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
I don't think I would do it again, but if my friends wanted to go, I'd probably do it. But
Dude, this little girl jumped out
Yeah,
of the,
and the
ship
dad
the other
jumped.
day, and then the dad
jumped
jumps.
after. They got.
And then
They saved him 20 minutes after.
Oh my God, don't tell me these things.
yeah, but just don't jump in the water.
I asked if
It
they.
was a Disney cruise.
I was like, can I have one of those balconies that has like the all plexiglass? Because I have anxiety. And they're
So,
like,
but the point
no.
is, you have a vacation schedule.
I do.
But why did you talk about her having a vacation schedule? Why do you just like?
Yeah, Diane
you
doesn't
just
take days off
deflected?
either.
Okay, well, you
well,
know
it's
what?
different. I am.
Why is it different?
I come in later and I go home earlier. It's different with your own business too. You know that. It's like today I came in late because I was at the dentist. It was later than I wanted to, but those are the things, And coming in, I'm glad I did because we have to run a tight ship. You don't make a lot of money at brunch, so we run a tight ship. And then like coming in, being able to help the cooks, but we have a really good team here too. So I'm able to come in later. Go home earlier.
Trust that it's ready.
Yep.
Stay in the middle.
Yep.
Make sure the guts of
Yep.
service are handled. The body of service is handled. Yeah.
But my thing is like, I hate doing. I'm so behind my emails, but I know that's the important stuff too. But I love being on the floor. I love seeing the guests because they spend the time, and the money, and the energy to come into Diane's place to dine, and that's so special. So
Yeah,
it's like,
she goes to like every table.
yeah.
So is that your fuel?
I think so. Like today, Barb, she used to be my produce salesperson for Bix. I worked with her for like 12 years. She's retired now. She came in today, brought me flowers, and I want to go and say hi to her. And then there was a guy we worked together at Heyday that came in from Chicago. But it was just like really cool to see all these people that's been like, we've heard about the restaurant, we really want to come in. And it's like, I really want to be there and be like, oh, thank you for coming in.
It is funny when your restaurant, or not that I have one, but when it becomes a nationally known scenario, like the amount of press, like if you're traveling through Minneapolis, if you happen to not fly over, you stop here. This is absolutely the or one of the culinary destinations that will pull people from anywhere, right? I know you felt that when you get the national response that you've got, that national praise.
I think for me, I just try not to really think about those things because it becomes overwhelming, and then it becomes like this expectation that you have to make it this what everyone's thinking it is, and you just kind of have to go through day by day and doing the same thing that you always do, and taking care of the staff.
So
taking care of
praise
each
doesn't
other.
necessarily make you feel like you're doing everything right.
No, it does. It does, but you have to remember, like, you can't let it get to your head.
Yeah.
Like, we're doing our best every day. It's not like we're going to try to be fake or be something we're not. So what Heather and I are doing every day is, like, we're doing the best 100% of what we can. And, when we got nominated for James Beard, Heather was like, oh, my God, we're going to be so busy. But I'm like, how busy can we really actually get? We have a 65-seat restaurant. We really can't get any busier because we're busy every day. Unless I fill the event space,
Yeah.
Well,
events by Diane,
yeah.
right? So you get praise. You got the 65 seats, which I understand completely. You have to manage that very tightly. There is no room for error. 2 people twice in a day adds up to well over $200, 50 a head, whatever that is. And it's just like that is, over the course of a month, over the course of a year. I understand why you're looking at that. I know that one of the pieces of praise, while beautiful, maybe could have been misleading to your identity. Like I don't think of you as just a bakery, and I know that you guys don't think of yourselves as just a bakery, right? But when somebody recognizes you as a great bakery or something along those lines.
I take it. I'll take.
That's exactly
that's true.
right. But,
take it.
the savory part of this is home. So it's like, you have this skill that you've attained all these years of the pastry, and you're known for it, and you're known for it, and you're known for it. Sure, that is one of the cornerstones. but this is a different expression, right?
Yeah, it is. And it's been going great. I think a lot of people, I'm sure a lot of people are like, let's go try her pastries. But a lot of people are like, let's go see how the food is. You know, but we have so many repeated guests that comes back. And the thing is, I never said it was going to be anything. It's simple comfort food.
Yeah.
That's it.
But going back to the beginning though, that you then use the pastry as something to lean on while you gave folks an avenue to somewhat a savory side.
Yeah.
Gave you the chance to use your strength to help introduce the new.
Yeah. I mean, opening brunch was exactly that, because people knows me as Diane, who was a pastry chef. So us opening brunch was like, this was safe for everybody to come, because they know it would be safe with the pastry, and you had the brunch menu that has the savory. So we introduced that first, you know.
I think that turned out to be an excellent decision, you know, like just thinking about it, you know, and I know dinner is something that's different, you know, but you still, like, you blend it really nicely, I think.
I think us deciding to close one day a week and no dinner Monday, Tuesday was the best decision ever.
Yeah.
I still feel like,
We don't take Wednesdays off.
because we had an event every Wednesday.
We're like, we have to have
It's
one
like
day.
that, right? You get your
have to
one
have
day off,
one
and it's like,
day.
unless there's an event, what are we going to do? Say no.
Or a photo shoot. Or
photo shoot or-
whatever. You know,
So it's been
Good problem.
Well, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have, and
You have to take the
having Monday,
energy when you have
Tuesday
it.
night off where we didn't have to worry about it, because even if we don't have dinner service, the event space is still busy, you know, those days. So it's like, if we had to do 7 days of breakfast, lunch, and dinner and events, Heather would probably quit already.
no.
Well,
but
I
I think we
mean,
would be. We would.
would.
I
You
don't think we would be
expand
able to.
into it. It's probably going to happen anyway. You expand into it, and you know.
I don't know.
Okay, so that did you start with dinner open Monday, Tuesdays, or did you just kind of say
We did
we're going to
brunch
do?
7 days a week, right?
Yeah,
we
we
did brunch
did
7 days a week,
7
and
days
then
a
when
week.
we opened dinner,
We took away
we
Wednesdays.
took away Wednesday, and we only
Wednesday's probably a really big prep day, right? Like,
Well,
we
it was
have
our
2
slowest day.
Yeah, we'd look at financials, and Wednesday was like the slowest day.
And now,
Our Mondays are crazy because lots of industry people are
yeah.
off.
oh.
but I
dope,
mean, even
dope.
today is Tuesday, and it's just as crazy. I feel like all of the business from Wednesday just got pushed
Yeah.
to the other days of the week. Like we didn't really. I don't think we're really losing out on that.
So the restaurant folks, right? Then we get into it's July 4th week, so people are on vacation, right? So everybody's at home. A lot of people took this whole week off because Friday is on the 4th, you know. So I feel like you're getting like that energy, right? You're getting like people being
on
off.
vacation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Closed on the
They're
floor.
staying at home. You know, but honestly, I can't believe, and I know I'm going to bring up road construction. It's really difficult for so many places with the amount of construction that goes on in the city. You get 5 months, and then it's a pain to get places. Like, I don't let it ever stop me because I think it's like the worst excuse. But it's really bad this year.
It's really bad. I mean, all of our 5 o'clock dinner reservations, they're late. Every single one.
Yeah,
And it
it's
really messes up the second turn. And I've been struggling if I should make the turn times longer or not, because all the bridges around here
closed.
are closed.
Yes.
So nobody can get here at their 5 o'clock. They'll call. They're here at 5:30, but then my 7 o'clocks are like, you know.
Oh
what I mean?
man, and
it's
the
rough.
juggle is that. Yes, it's really affecting folks, and then we don't. Then St. Paul, when they close 94 down, we don't see any Minneapolis traffic. People are just like, it's already a problem. It's already in their brain. I think your pull is bigger than that problem. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think we are really lucky with how busy and how much the community is like really
Very supportive.
supportive. So
Yeah.
we're just gonna try to embrace that for as long as possible. I think so.
Yeah, you got to go. Like, you got to go. It's your time, and you're just getting started. You get open. Back to the pro forma a little bit. This is more than you thought, volume wise.
Yeah. I think so.
Okay.
It is.
I mean, because you can look at it and predict it. And then I just see the sides of this operation that could get really huge. So it kind of expands and contracts a lot. That's a difficult labor situation, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think
We haven't had to. I mean, there's only been one or a few days where we're like, all right, it's slow. I mean, it's due to weather or somewhat where we had to cut, but we haven't had to.
We're kind of in that honeymoon period where we're so busy all the time that we found like how many staff work for us.
Yes.
And then we don't have to cut because we're just bonkers
You're busy. You're
from
busy, so everybody's in.
Yeah.
You know, like we do the patio thing, and it's
we run a pretty tight ship though. Like I'm like, Heather, we gotta cut. We gotta, you know.
Sometimes she'll be like, let's cut, and I'll be like, we're gonna get slaughtered at noon.
And then,
can I
she'll
have
make you cut. You'll get slaughtered, and then she'll be like, "What are you doing?"
Why are you on the floor?
Why are you serving? I mean,
I know this.
Yes. Yeah.
I know these
how the
dynamics.
restaurant. I mean, Hoagie's been a sous chef 6 months. I finally just gotta have sous chef.
Yeah. Diane's on we've been open for a year and a half, and she has her first sous chef.
This is what I'm saying. You have to hire somebody to help you out.
I know.
Yeah, but when you're crunching numbers, you know, it's like.
And we just
One
to a point.
one salary.
yeah.
That's a nugget.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, when we did the performa, we didn't even include the event space. We think of event space as extra.
Gravy.
Like we didn't even, the performa didn't include the event space.
And I
And
think
you know, when you're running an event, like the margins are obviously so much easier to achieve. You know, it's a pretty specific scenario usually.
And I think we planned mentally for, okay, what does it look like if we're not successful? And what does it look like if we're really successful? So, you know, just having like a really honest expectation of like, this could go well or this could go bad, and just knowing what those numbers are. So saying, you know, they're made up numbers like we were talking about. So saying if they're on track or not there's a lot of variables, and we had a lot of wiggle room, I feel like.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, you know, from my point of view, say at Moochie's, with the volume we had, we were always chasing profitability because we were well managed, but there was a lot of us, and that was the way we invested in it. And now, you know, 10 years later, I have one general manager, I have one chef, everybody else is hourly. That's the only way it will really work. I had to buy a partner out to make it sustainable. There's just no way, you know, like it's really fucking hard. And then, so say your ceiling, you know, you raise your prices, so then you go up 100,000 a year in sales, your costs are always going up too. It's always like, it's not always tit for tat. You guys are done with the minimum wage increases, is that true?
No, I think there's one more.
Yeah,
Is
right?
it today?
Oh.
St. Paul is today.
No, I think
Ours was
a couple months ago, and then we have one more next year.
I haven't checked my email today.
Yeah, same, you know, no, it's all good. It's just, you know, those things keep changing, and I'm like, all right, I have to, you know, that goes up $1. You know, I knew it was coming, so we changed our menu prices to reflect a consistent margin. You know, these are things I didn't do for 5 or 6 years. I don't manage like that type chip. I love that you do, and I think it's necessary. You know, Mady knows, like, to manage by feel is one thing if you can do it, right? But to actually pinch pennies and bring them to the bottom line is a decision. It's a decision every day. It's
every
a decision
week.
every
I'm
day.
like looking at numbers. I'm like, guys, what's going on with this? You know,
0.5% or
yep.
or
Is it a
perc-
need or a want? Do we really need this? You know, and ultimately, I
You
mean,
were raised like this too.
yeah. I mean,
So
I
it's
work for
like
Gavin. I work for Gavin Kaysen.
raised in the industry, sure, but also your family, right?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like
I need another mixing bowl. Well, are we gonna make money in the bakery today? All right, if we hit this number, I need a bowl. You know, it's
yeah,
like,
you can, yeah, wow, yeah.
but it's, you know, Danny Del Prado taught me something really good when I opened the restaurant. He's like, everybody opens a restaurant, they want to get everything. They want to get new this, new that.
Yeah.
You have enough stuff to run. Run it with how you have it. When you have money, you can start buying things that you really do want or need, you know? And we did run it, I mean, we run it really thin, where Heather and I were like, what do we need? Like, this whole room was filled with glasses where we were costing everything out. You know, we still wanted things that look good, that was still not breaking the bank. I mean, we were counting pennies.
Like pennies, serious pennies. Like, I've never seen anybody crunch numbers like Diane before. Like, I mean, she's doing it every day almost. You know, she'll be like, why is the coffee order $5 more than it normally is? And I'll be like, because, you know, and then
You know, do you weigh things when they come in?
No.
no.
we check everything. We check all the produce, how they look. You mean like meat wise and stuff? No.
I'm not trying to.
No, don't put ideas in her head.
No,
You know, like,
I'm pretty good
because-
I'm really good about sourcing things that are like, I have no problem calling my vendor and be like, hey, you know, like we just had a wedding. Like, why'd you send me 2 sea basses? One's at $9 and one's at $20. Why?
Yeah.
You know, like you didn't think I was going to look at the invoice. And they're like, no, we'll give you this much back. It's like, I look at all the invoice.
Yeah.
You know, if, you know, the sous chef's ordering chocolate's so expensive right now. I look at all that and I'm like, what are we using chocolate on? Like, let's look at this, you know? But
Maybe we won't. Maybe we won't use
we have
chocolate
one
right
chocolate
now.
dish.
Yeah.
That's it. But
That's right. Like,
but
you
like,
have
you
to
know,
make
you
that
have
decision.
to start looking at these pricing because you have to start comparing. And it's not every week, but like every month you're going to have to look at it. And all these invoices going through it, you have to know what the prices are and where it's cheaper, but you're still getting quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're having to watch everybody else's quality, every vendor that are coming in, you know, you have to watch it. I know people used to weigh back in the day, they used to weigh the fish. They used to weigh the meat. They used to come in the door. They're like, here's 5 pounds, you know. But it's inspected, so usually
Yeah, I mean,
they can't
sometimes
mess around with it.
once in a while, if you're looking at it, you're like, hey, this isn't 5 pounds. I'll put it on a scale. But I haven't had a vendor cheat me on that yet.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I'm
I
not
don't
worried.
think they
I'm not
are.
worried.
I don't think they are. It's
Yeah.
like old school, but there is a way to have a business, inner business mind detailed, you know, down to those little weights, those ounces matter.
All of our vendors, I worked with them through my whole career. So we have really good relationships
Yeah.
with
Of
all of our purveyors. So that's really important
Wonderful
to us.
point. And they're just going to make sure you have the best.
Yep.
They see what you're doing, and then the quality shows.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Mady's like, do you want some pastries or whatever? You don't have to eat them before the show. Or I'm like, yeah, no, I do, and I would. And we had 3 beautiful pastries: a gluten-free apple muffin. What's the flour?
Oat
Oat flour.
and rice.
and rice.
I said rice. I was like,
Oat and rice.
So it's really fluffy and it falls apart so lovely, but then it gets really creamy. I just thought, I'm like, wow, it's beautiful. Simple little, like, to see the beauty in a muffin, like, you know, if you have a good one.
Well,
if you have a good one,
gluten-free.
do you know what I mean? Oh, and it's gluten free.
So having something for people who can't have.
Yeah, I mean, working with Gavin's gluten free, so it's like I never want anybody to have any allergies or so and have something that's just not, or sorbet, you know, having something that's good just because it's gluten free doesn't mean it doesn't taste good, you know. So
This is just popping up when I was looking at you. Have you turned into what you thought you would, or are you?
I don't know about that.
Like from, you know, it's the length of a career, right? We crossed paths in 2001,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You guys work together at Aquavit,
yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Cute.
And I don't know, like I was in a suit then, fam, and
Yeah.
and I was not talking to all the cooks. I was talking to one cook.
I don't know.
Chef, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, and that was
I
a
think I'm
different
nicer
time.
now, and you know, for real.
Do you?
I think I'm
Do you
nicer
think
every
she's
day. I reflect on my actions, and it's really important when you're running a business. You have, you know, I call them kids because we have 95 employees now.
101.
101
Oh
employees.
my God.
We have
it's
101
massive.
employees.
I know.
So it's like I used to say I do what I want, and I can't anymore because I have all these people I have to be responsible for, you know. So
They hear all your words.
yeah, and Heather and
They hear
I, we
all the
actually
words.
see a leadership coach because, you know, I always tell my management team, I'm not right all the time. Yes, sometimes I am, but we do need this leadership coach as a mediator to like really see the big picture. Sometimes we're stuck on a problem. We see her and we hate going to these meetings, but every time we come out with this meeting, we're like, I feel better.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Well, we wanted to be really honest about, I mean, like Diane and I have been friends for a long time. And whenever you're like diving into a partner, I'm not a partner. Diane has sole ownership of Diane's place.
Dope.
She has 0 investors.
Dope.
She
Unreal.
100% by herself.
Fucking excellent.
But, you know, I'm on this journey with her. So we were friends before. So we wanted to make sure, you know, when you mix friendship and business, it's difficult. So we see the leadership coach to help us, like, you know,
Yeah.
we've worked and seen people, you know, over the years where like they're friends and they're business partners, and it doesn't always work out. And we just wanted to make sure we were really smart about it.
Yeah. We want to make sure that we talk about things that sometimes we, you talk about it behind each other's back because that's easier than talking to them. But in these meetings, we talk about it, like what's the missing, what's present, what's missing.
I expected that with Mady too. Like,
how do we go about it?
like you got me, like I got you, you got me. Let's, I don't even, sometimes you have to make a decision as a leader that isn't the right decision, right? Like you're leading everybody into a bad decision, but it's still the fucking decision that you made. And this is what I believed in the moment, and I'm doing it.
Yeah. Yep.
And so you're leading people into a bad decision that shows some character. When you realize, oh my God, that sucked or whatever, then you have to handle it. All those are examples for everybody you're leading. So like, I think you have to lead with with the opportunity, with failure as an opportunity really sometimes, because that's how we learn, the length of your career. You hunted and gathered and you went and saw all this stuff, and you knew more than your teachers, halfway through. It was just finding time, right?
Yeah.
And now you do it. Now you do it.
never have time.
I was blown away by the energy. Like I say, it feels so good here. I believe it's important to work with people you love. And I know I don't use the family thing anymore. I really try to be HR neutral about anything. But I love everybody I work with, and it's just kind of a natural thing that happens, right? It's because there's respect in the room, and you don't have to feel awkward when you walk in, we didn't let shit lay around either. It just doesn't serve a person not to be direct with it, whatever. But working with people you love, it can be dangerous. But I've worked with my family, and the people I've worked with are like family, and it's been absolutely overall very beneficial. Partnerships haven't worked out, man. I have divorces too, but that's okay. I have divorces too. That's how it goes.
I think Heather and I accompany each other well because I'm always like, why the F is this? Da, 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 da. I want this fixed right now, blah, blah, blah. And Heather's like, all right, team. So, and I'm like, why?
We're going to do.
We have an amazing staff. And what Heather, before we opened, we talked about creating, everywhere we worked, we're really proud of where we worked. And we were just like, I work here. We're just so proud. So we wanted to create a space where our team can be proud of too. And I think we've achieved that.
I do.
And I hope that we can keep that because we love the team. We have an amazing team, and that's the energy you're feeling is we have so many guests that says, our server loves it here. They're, they
feel it on your people. Of course they do.
So that's really important to us.
You'd have to hire somebody with drive here though. You'd have to hire people that are ready to do it. You have to hire volume, but you have to hire also the nice person. And it's a very difficult thing to achieve. How do you, obviously you two talk about how different you are, right? Mm-hmm. And how you're kind of interpreting, Diane's like this, right? And says it. And it's not personal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not personal. It's just, we need to fucking go get your shit straight.
Wow,
it's
that sounds like me earlier.
Yeah, no, but
why the fuck is this like this?
Yes, but the swear words, the different things that somebody, you're just the energy and the force, and it's okay. Not everybody needs to understand you exactly. You know what I mean? And you're the one that's driving that energy. That's why you have, a balanced person with you. That's why we all need a balanced person, to help us manage. Nobody does this alone. I'm the creative type, and I chat and I rant, and that's why I have a fucking podcast now. And this is it, and it's okay, that was a lot of stuff that I said there, what actually happened, but you have to follow through in what you talk about. You have to kind of, continue to make it action, and that's what you're doing. People have to get on board though. When you have something that's busy like this, people have to get on board. They have to understand the drive. This isn't like any other restaurant you've worked at before. This is the busiest place that you've ever worked. I promise you, this is so busy. And they need to get on board with it. You really have to have buy-in from people, You know,
Yeah.
they have to get on board with you. Like certain people, this would be too much for.
Definitely. And, you know, I think they really early on realized that. And then, you know, we part ways. But I think we wanted to leave all of the, you know, quote unquote, bad stuff or unhealthy stuff or the, you know, the
Toxic.
the toxic
Toxicity, yeah.
restaurant behind. And we're like, but what was really great is, you know, when we were at like La Belle Vie and you know, all of these places, like people were so, they cared so much, right? Like we were buying books. We were like, did you go to this place?
Did you hear about the chef?
Did you hear about the chef? Did you watch that show last night? And like we were all really in it. And I think that over time that has kind of died off, right? That love of the industry is kind of different now. So we struggle every day with like the buy-in and how are we going to get people to be like really excited and care and want to learn.
Yeah.
You know, and we're still learning. We
Yes.
still want. We
Yes.
Never
No,
opened a
it's-
restaurant before. I've never opened a restaurant.
don't know how to run event spaces.
Wow. Yeah. Oh man. As your
Our first
So
event,
she
we're
has,
like, all right,
you know, she
how are we gonna do
has-
this?
yeah. You know, you just take your collective experiences. You can't lose, you know, the things that are really important to you. And like striving for excellence demands certain disciplines. And I just think, you know, unstructured kitchens really are harder now than ever. You really need to give somebody a list.
Yep.
You need to be very clear. People's brains literally work differently now. They, you
Yes.
know, and we have to kind of like go in and understand what the employee has as a special skill or what's
What drives them?
what drives them or what's unique about them that you need to like pull out of. And it's really crazy. I think part of the reason I keep people in my restaurant is because it's small. It's very fucking safe. Very fucking safe. So you can really see everybody. You know, when you get 100 people, you know, your energy is divided by 100. You have 100 pieces of cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's you know, so it is difficult, you know, shift by shift to impart the same message, the idea of excellence, and you can be here all the time, but eventually they need to, well, the goal is.
The goal is
They need to do, they need to see it through your eyes and they need to understand why. They need to hear them in your ear.
I think Heather
you
and
know?
I have done a really good job where I think when Heather's not here, you know, the goal is to not call Heather at all. When I'm not here, we all have each other's back really well.
I mean, we're really lucky. The staff we do have, and to
You
have
cultivate that.
100.
It's lucky, but you cultivate that.
Yeah.
So for you, like the thing that you know, you've over the years is that you think you're nicer, you're finding a way like how to communicate with folks better or how to kind of, you know, let them see you. You can't really change who you are. You don't want to change your fast talking, you know, ways or whatever you want to.
You know, there's a few things, you know, like, for example, like today at lunch when they got slaughtered and I went behind in line, I'm just like, why is this? Why is this? Why is this? So the goal is, instead of them going home feeling like defeated and feeling like crap, when we're done this podcast after service, I'm going to sit them down and like, okay, let's talk about today. What happened? How can we be better next time? You know, instead of just like beating them down, we sit down and be like, okay, how can we be better next time? How can we be successful? What do you need to be successful? And then these talks are different than, you know, when we first opened, it was just so busy. It was like, I mean, there was a point Heather had to come tell me like, everybody in the dining room could hear you, you know? And it's like, all right, you know, so telling myself, you know, these leadership classes have been really good too. I'm not perfect. I'm learning. I've never opened my own restaurant. So I'm like learning all this. I have a huge team now, but I'm a leader and I have to lead by example. So being able to pull back instead of just lashing out all the time, it's a huge thing to do. When the industry, that's all you hear is like chef screaming or this, you know, you're intimidated by fear. And we don't want that. It's like, we want them to be able to really be successful, and we're helping them, give them all the tools to be successful.
Everybody's got a different way of communicating, and it's definitely one of those things we need to learn. You know, I'm glad that you're like talking about it, but I always would say that spirit of your energy is absolutely something not to tamp down. You know, I'm just like so impressed by you, but I like that it's you. So like when you're learning about yourself, you can change, but obviously this is working too. A lot of this is working. That energy, people feel it. It's important. They know it. Gavin's the same way. You provide for front of the house. It's like when they get in there, I remember just like little stuff. It's like you always try, whether you're busy or not, you're always trying to move fast early. So you're helping your employees see you provide them momentum. You are working fast and they will start to feel uncomfortable with it. And they will start to move fast. You know, it's like simple things that I've learned over the years. It's like, okay, like I'll even talk first. I'm like, okay, did you get the juice? Okay, great. And then I'll like buzz away and then I'll get in the back. I'm like, okay, I think I got him going. You know,
You gotta drive the bus. You're driving the bus.
you are
That's what I
driving
say
the bus,
all time.
bro.
It's
Like this is what I'm saying. There's
Do
a
you
lot of
remember
good in
when
it.
we,
There's a lot of good in it.
Do you remember when we opened and I'm like, why isn't the drinks coming out? Why are they not? And Heather's like, you want fast service with fine dining service. This doesn't exist. I'm like, your job is to make sure it exists. And we were just like going, your job is to make sure it exists. And it was very hard.
That was, I mean, going back to what you were asking before, is like we talked about what our model was going to be. Like up until I would say a week before we opened, we didn't know if we were going to be
Full service
or counter service.
Heather and I walked through the door pretending to be guests. And
Every day we went back and forth.
we're like going back and forth, like, nope. Heather's like, yep. And I'm like, okay. And then we're like, give and take. And we're like, nope, we have to be full service.
And then we're like, we have to control this narrative.
Yeah.
We have to control this situation. And
Like physically.
yes, yes. But I just feel like if you're not on the floor out there with them and like showing them how you want it and doing everything with them every single day, and like people are always like, oh, go home, take a break, and it's like, but you still need to be there, showing like they're not. Why are they buying in if you're at home? Not
by
buying.
example.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we gotta be in this together.
We had a local diner was closing. We had a very well-known restaurateur at one of the tables. In a glass, the closing night, the ultimate night. I had white jeans on. I had this, you know, like it was the ultimate, like it was a beautiful thing. And somebody dropped a glass, and it was like water in it. It fell off the tray. It was just one glass, but it was really messy in it. And then I'm just like, bam, and I took a napkin off the, the service area, and I threw a couple down, and then I ran and got the broom, and we mopped it up. And the restaurateur looks at me and they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, what I always do. Like nobody else does this for me. This is what I fucking do. It doesn't matter if it's the last night and there's Matt's there with cameras and we're trying to like memorialize the moment, and it's, highly emotional or whatever. When the glass hit the fucking floor, I went and cleaned it up.
And they were surprised by that? Because you went,
They're
did
like,
it physically?
somebody should be doing that for you.
No.
You should be drinking champagne.
Oh.
And I'm like, this is my champagne. This is how we arrived to a beautiful end point for a place that I always have respected. I've always tried to run like this. I've always wanted somebody to do it. And you're like, you don't stop doing it in the last moment. You don't. And so like, starting that way, you have to keep going that way. We never gave up. Places closed. We never fucking gave up, but we closed places. It ends up making business sense in ways, or, time passes. Shit.
I mean, Diane always says, I'll never ask the staff to do anything I don't do myself. And she's on the floor bussing tables too every day. It's just not something that I think you have to get that buy-in, and you only get that by leading by example.
Totally get it. I go down to Moochie's this morning and I polished the floor and I swept and stuff like that so I could get a jump on it, and I texted my opener and I'm like, hey, I did this, so when you get there, I love working in my business.
Yeah.
I love working in my business. And, sometimes we have to stop and work on our businesses, step out and work on them. It's important too. I don't know, maybe you're not your meetings really help you do that, huh? Where you step out and you can kind of look at like an eagle eye view of things. Is that what you try to do every week in that meeting?
Oh my gosh, we haven't had that meeting.
We try to have meetings.
We haven't had that meeting in like 3 months.
Yeah. Okay. Well, when you're busy. Oh my God, guys, I wanted to be at James Beer with you so fucking bad. You looked beautiful, both of you.
We had so much fun.
It was so much fun.
Karin. I mean,
Yes.
I honestly I love how everybody did. I understand it. I didn't advance. I wanted to, but it was beautiful for this city. It was beautiful for St. Paul. I know, how many nominations have you had, Diane?
I don't know.
It's a lot.
Well,
there is one of those. I don't know how much it matters to you or not. I don't know, and you don't need to answer that. But you've already kicked everybody else's ass around. You know what I mean? It's kind of like I know you don't have the thing, but you've already kind of kicked everybody's ass around.
Whatever.
And no, I'm serious though. They're
I don't
just.
think she thinks of it
There's
that
just
way.
well, I do. I know. I've eaten around enough to fucking know what you've done. And with whom. And then you'll be fine. You'll be fine. But I was super stoked for Karin because
Oh my gosh, yeah.
she represents, there's some sort of purity to her that I don't know. I just really, really like her a lot. And she's not an all angel, but for St. Paul, I thought that was really cool. Boucheron, you guys are this, like I say, the new wave, and you guys really are relying on excellence. You're setting up your legacy like Gavin did. And I hope, did. It's really nice for me to see folks that I've worked with out achieving. Man, there's a lot of really good shit around this. It's exciting.
We've been very lucky. And not by choice, but all of our management has been females too. And that helped a lot too.
Okay, dudes are problematic, and we all
They
know dudes are problematic.
Timmy.
Oh, Timmy.
But
We love
Timmy's
Timmy.
such a
Timmy is
sweetheart. Timmy's a one of a kind, so we never really think of him as
He's a unique individual.
I love
Yeah.
Timmy so much.
he's
That's a guy though, but that's a guy that's always cared that much. There's a story about him at La Belle Vie as well, where somebody didn't have something at the bar and he ran somewhere and got it and came back. Or something like one
He's
of his
amazing.
jobs.
I forgot what we did the other day, and I came down. I think it was dinner, and he works more daytimes, and I saw him, and for some reason I was just I feel so relieved because I'm oh, Timmy's here.
Yeah, when
I
Timmy's
was just
here, I feel so much better.
And it was just
got
such a
your
good
guy.
feeling.
Yeah.
And he's amazing. He has our back all the time. I mean, all the staff do, but we have a
He
neighbor
has
that
eyes
loves,
like you. He has
He
eyes
has-
like you.
yes, he can see
He's got
everything.
eyes like
Yes.
you, and you know that, and you can trust that. You gotta have it.
Yeah.
You gotta have it. There's got to be a couple key players like that. There's just no doubt, especially early, getting the thing open.
But other than Timmy, it's all female.
I prefer that.
Yeah.
I prefer
Oh yeah,
that.
Hoagie. My
Oh,
sous
now
chef.
we have Hoagie. I mean, things are changing.
things-
a lot
no,
of
it's
stuff.
fine, and they will. But
Yeah.
I love working with non-males. I really feel like dudes just really need to shape up, and maybe that's a whole other episode. Because
We have nothing against man.
No,
males.
no, I'm
We
not
don't.
saying that. I'm not saying that. But I found, my advantage may have been the people that have worked with me that happen to not be male in most cases. The things that have helped, people have helped me most.
I think that it's just you approach situations differently.
Yeah.
Everyone.
There's a logic-based thought
Yeah, there's-
scenario that I really appreciate it because I'm impulsive as fuck.
Yeah, I think there's what's the plan? How am I going to take care of everyone? Motherly instinct kind of thing that goes along with it.
Hey, so I'm gonna go back to a question and just kind of repeat it for you, Mady. Are you what you expected yourself to be at this point in your career or life or whatever? Is this where you imagined yourself, and how are you doing with it?
I mean, I think you when you ask that question, it sounds like it makes it seem like we're at the top.
Yeah.
And it's I still don't feel like that. I still feel like we still have so much more to do. So I don't know. I don't really feel like, I feel like we're just getting started kind of thing. So maybe, I guess when
When did you get into the industry?
well, my family owned a restaurant and a bowling alley my whole life.
How many years ago was that?
How many
Yeah, 15.
How many years ago?
Yeah, were you 15?
Well, when I was born, we had.
So you're here, just so you know. You're here. You've been doing this an awful long time.
Yeah.
Okay, and you have to recognize the successes you've had.
Yeah.
To understand that this is where you are, like.
Yeah.
So I understand what you're saying, and I'm not trying to invade your answer.
No, I understand. I think for me personally, it's a really, really weird journey because I went to culinary school and I thought I was going to be a chef, and that was my dream. And I had this whole like idea and kind of plan for my life, and that, was kind of like taken away, and I had to pivot. So even though I've been managing now longer than I was cooking, but it still feels new, and like I'm still learning, and like I'm still kind of in this zone. So I don't know. I just feel like there's still a lot left to learn, and there's a lot left to pivot. Like I feel like just because with the restaurant's doing well and stuff like that, I mean, it's like I ask Diane all the time, like, well, what are we gonna do now? What should we do next? What are we gonna, what should we do?
You're leaving it in front of you and you're going for it, like even in your busyness, you're both kind of like, well, I mean, obviously you just started a business, right? Mm-hmm. But you're both helping each other keep going. You're not thinking there's enough done at all. I totally get that. But now you're doing it with 20 plus some odd years of examples and things that you've accrued and people you've worked with. We've all worked together at some point, and I don't know if there's one thing I said in 2001 that you heard that you appreciated or disliked or whatever. I don't have any idea, but I know from 2001 when I worked with those chefs in that style kitchen at Aquavit, and we were top 50 restaurants in the nation. That was 25 years ago in my career.
Oh my God.
That was 25 years ago in my career. We hit that thing twice,
Yeah.
And so now you're here with all of these things kind of built in. You still feel like it's brand new. You're still having to drive it, like you guys are a new wave of restaurants. It's a new fucking world out there right now. It's a brave thing. It's a brave thing. I'm like, I think I've said that the last 3 podcasts with operators, I'm like, thank you so much for keep going and doing this. I really, really understand how hard it is. I really, really understand how hard it is. I can say from my, perspective at my age, kind of with less, I'm doing much like less time-wise right now, that when I look at you all and I'm like, man, I really, really wish I was in your boat a lot of times. Like I miss that excitement. So the newness is something, you're trying to like, organize the chaos, but that newness, that energy, man, there's something about that. Put that in a bottle. Yeah. Because you can use that for a long time.
Yeah.
I think you've already established things. You never want to take it for granted. People used to say strip club's an institution or some shit. I'm like, yeah, a year later it closed. It doesn't matter. You're doing the right things now. That's what you should worry about.
Yeah.
You're doing the right things now.
Yeah. I'm very proud of us to be where we are.
Me too.
Good job.
Good job.
Good job. Yes. I mean, my God.
Yeah, I think one of the thing is we've been very lucky. Our PR, I haven't paid a single dime to. She's just been amazing in helping us, Catherine Roki, and she said to me, we have to celebrate all wins.
Yep.
We get so busy and we're just like,
cool.
yeah.
Yes.
And now I'm like, it's true because we're so busy that you forget, and you have to celebrate all wins.
You do.
Yep. You have to.
You got to enjoy this along the way because this doesn't,
when we went to the James Beard, I think, I brought my kids, my family, there was 14 of us. And I think everybody was devastated, but me, I was like, guys, it's okay. Like just being here is winning, and we have to celebrate all wins. The
whole weekend, it's just like a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like,
I'll be there. I almost crashed. I was like, Steph, March. I'm like, you got a +1 or anything? Like, hook a brother up. I'm trying to hang out with the cool people. It's just all the faces there, the people that are still iconic to us. I've actually fed a number of people that I saw there, or worked in a casino with them or something like that, back in the day. And I just, want to be there and feel that energy. you'll both be back there.
Do you need water?
No, I'm good.
Do you need anything?
I was telling Heather, like, no, it's so much work.
I was like, if you go back, we're wearing jeans. Moving forward.
No, you guys were so beautiful.
I was like, jeans and t-shirts if you ever forever going back. That's gonna be it.
Like everybody was so I wanted to go so bad. I knew what I was gonna wear if we advanced.
I didn't know until like 3 days before we left.
All white, baby. Yeah. But I didn't. But then Atomics wins the hospitality award, and then 2 days after that, they fly to fucking Milan or whatever with Massimo Bottura, and then take 14th in the world, the highest ranking New York City restaurant. I'm like, okay, well, I'll take the L. Yeah. I'll take the L, bro. Like, I don't even know how to be that nice. There's no way I could be that nice.
I think you can do it nice.
Well, I want to get there anyway, and hopefully, maybe there's one day we can all take that trip together. That would be a dream for me.
We're wearing jeans.
We're wearing jeans. Denim, all denim.
Canadian tuxedo.
Yes. Chambray, we'll call it chambray. Well, Diane and Heather, I just got to say that much respect. Thanks for shooting the shit with me. Thanks for being real. It's exciting to see what you're doing, and the energy is palpable, and I just, lots of respect.
Thank you.
I really
Thank you
appreciate it. I know how busy you are, and so thanks for letting me come here on location with you all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Recording today.
Thank you for inviting us to be on your podcast.
Yeah, I've
You're
never
the
been
best.
on a
Of course.
podcast before.
You never been on one? Mm-mm. I gotcha.
Yes.
Nervous. And I
You were
also-
nervous?
Yeah, I also have to have nasal surgery. So I'm like, was trying not to cough the whole time. So can you edit that out, Matt?
Matt, don't cut out the piece about the nasal surgery, please. Well, I had my breasts done. Just joking. You're getting older. You had to have him talk.
Really?
No.
Oh,
Diane doesn't get...
I was like, oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, that would be so fun for me. I love gullibility.
Yeah.
I love gullibility. It's a good thing I don't work here. I'd work for you guys. By the way, I may be looking.
We need a host. Some
need an
events manager.
I can't accept the title of host anymore. I'm sorry. I will be the host, but I can't be called it. Door guy. I don't know. I just can't be host.
Okay.
It feels like I'm hosting like a parasite or something like that. Like I don't like that word anymore. Anyway.
All right.
All right. Much love, much respect. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I hug you this?
Oh my God, of course.